Mr. Nguyen in his office. And Mr. Hawley, you filed a motion for temporary orders, and I'll let you proceed on your motion.
Thank you, Your Honor. If it pleases the court, the parties have two children, a Maisie who's 4 and Ari who's 2. The case was filed on November 3rd by my client. She filed it pro se, and unfortunately she didn't file any temporary orders. So there was never any order for child support or spousal maintenance or anything. There was a parenting plan that was filed. Dad gets every other weekend, Friday to Sunday, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 to 7. We did file a parenting plan with our motion requesting taking away those midweek day visits, but my client informs me she's actually fine with leaving it the same. If he wants to keep doing those midweek visits from 5 to 7, that's fine with her. So there was no temporary order, as I said before. My client was working as a para. Well, at the time of the filing, the parties were living in an apartment. They've both since left that apartment and are living with their respective parents. They moved back home and are living at home. And so my client was basically, there was a 4-year marriage. My client was basically a stay-at-home mom. She did work as a para, as I said before, at the school, but that was during the school hours when the kids were in school. And obviously when they weren't in school, she wasn't working. So she doesn't have much work history at all. Mr. Ryan is a diesel mechanic. According to his domestic relations affidavit and his pay stub, he makes about $56,000.
The hearing opens as the mother's attorney requests temporary orders, outlining custody arrangements and emphasizing the absence of prior financial support or temporary court directives.
$1,000 a year. And basically, I mean, as I said before, they're both living at home, and so their expenses are about approximately the same. But the problem is that my client is supporting 3/4 of the family, her and the 2 girls, and he is supporting 1/4 of the family with 100% of the income. So you can see from our Exhibit 1, that's our proposed child support worksheet, with mom getting $1,000 a month in spousal maintenance and $969 in child support. She does have $309 in daycare per month. And so, and we put her at 0 income because she is going into nursing school this next January. And so that would be, so mom would be getting about
I hope you mean this coming January.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she is so that would get her about $1,969 a month, and then he still has $4,600. He's bringing home $4,673. So he'd still be keeping half of the money that would be coming into the household with 1/4 of the family, and she would be keeping 1/2 of the money with 3/4 of the family. So we feel like that's fair to order her to have $1,000 a month in spousal maintenance. If you order no spousal maintenance, then her child support, according to our Exhibit 2, should be $1,321 a month.
The attorney explains that both parents now live with their families. While the father earns steady income, the mother primarily supports the children.
And so that's what we're requesting, Judge. $1,000 a month in spousal maintenance. Her DRA shows that she's upside down $1,300, but that's when she was, living in the apartment. Now she's living at home, but he's also living at home. So neither one of them have a great deal of expenses, and we think it's fair to split, so to speak, the income that's coming into this marital estate, at least on a temporary basis, till we can get things figured out. So, and then additionally, So we're requesting the spousal maintenance at $1,000, the child support pursuant to our worksheet of $969, and then we're requesting that the parties use the My Family Wizard. I don't know if there's any objection to that or not, but it's just there's been some bad communication between the parties, which is, Judge, happens when people split up and stuff. But it's nice. I think that My Family Wizard is nice because the court can look at that if it needs to. And so I think people are on their best behavior when they use that My Family Wizard. And so we're asking that communication only be about the children and it only be done through the My Family Wizard app. And we're requesting the spousal maintenance and the child support. Thank you.
Why don't you do a quick child support worksheet for me if she gets 500 in spousal or 600 in spousal? Why don't you do at least another option? So maybe let's say 550 in spousal. What would the child support be? Mr. Nguyen?
Yeah, I can get that done too.
Your Honor, I'm here, Judge.
Yes, your response?
My response is I don't know how, but the marriage is a short-term marriage. It's 4 years. My client has another 5-year-old that lives with him. He has primary custody with. So we need to ask the court.
Seeking financial stability, the mother requests spousal maintenance, child support, and communication through a parenting application designed to reduce conflict and improve accountability.
We questioned the court for a multi-family application. So I filed a child support worksheet last week. I know Mr. Hawley filed something today, but I just came back from court with a prelim case at 1:30 today, and I didn't get a chance to look at it. But there is nothing in this file or no filings in this case that show that mother has a demonstrated need for spousal maintenance. As her lawyer indicated, both parties live at home with their parents. So I don't know how there's no numerical or evidence showing that there's a need for spousal maintenance. But if spousal maintenance is older, child support should be reduced. I prepared our proposed child support worksheet. It shows 1122 with my client making $56,000 a year, the mother making $20,000 a year. She was working. She had a job as a para at the school, and she was contemplating, according to my client, of getting a second job. So obviously, she's able to to obtain employment to get gainful employment to have reasonable income. Even though there are 2 children, and daycare is also, I think, is being provided or paid for by the state when she works. So I don't see where the spousal maintenance would come from if she's requesting. And Mr. Hawley just stated that in the motion filed with the court. Your Honor, the parenting plan temporarily is fine, but we will file a motion to change custody. As you know, this case was filed in November.
The father's attorney opposes maintenance, arguing the marriage was brief. The mother remains employable, and child support calculations should reflect both parents' circumstances.
And my client has not been served, but I voluntarily enter into the appearance by filing my entry of appearance a couple of weeks ago. So
Okay. I'm not sure that your child support worksheet has made its way to this file yet, but Mr. Nguyen and Mr. Hawley, probably you don't know. I don't know what they do over in Sedgwick County, but for something short-term like this, I don't typically do long-term maintenance, but I believe in transition. Maintenance is often appropriate for parties to get to a better place. There is, significant disparity in income, but you're right, it's not a long-term marriage. So the bulk of this is going to be a child support situation. but I think I am temporarily going to give her $550 a month in spousal and let her get her education figured out and get on her feet. And then whatever the child support ends up being, it is. But I don't know, Mr. Hawley, if you knew he had another child that he supports.
Yes, I did. I didn't know that at first, but then Mr. Wynn told me that, and my client confirmed it. We did. You can see from my child support worksheets, Judge, we did use the multifamily application.
Okay, good.
You can see that on there. And so at $550 spousal maintenance a month, the child support is $1,088.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm going to set it at temporarily. And I'm going to keep the parenting plan the same until I have a motion to modify it.
After reviewing the arguments, the judge recognizes the income disparity but notes the short marriage, favoring temporary transitional support instead of long-term maintenance.
Probably a good move on her part to not reduce any time. But it sounds like he wants more time. But honestly, I have to have a lot of background what their intentions are. I mean, they both have to have a plan, unless they're going to stay living with their parents, which is fine. How old is your client, Mr. Hawley?
How old is he? 28.
What?
28.
Okay, well, she's not real young. Mr. Nguyen, how old is your client?
Oh, 27. 27, Your Honor.
Okay. Does he have anything beyond a high school diploma and then tech school?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And then when they moved out of that apartment, did they leave a bunch of bills? Do they have a broken lease that they have to pay on, or they have utilities outstanding or anything like that?
I think the only thing they have is this AT&T bill, ADT bill, like security system, and it was in the amount of $1,100. Unfortunately, my client's been paying it, and we asked that the parties split that in our motion.
That's a lot.
It's not $1,100 a month; it's $1,100 total.
Right.
Yeah.
So do they sign a contract for a year or something, and then why do they owe that?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, it was on a security contract, and they just didn't use it, but they're still stuck with it.
Okay. Well, did they both sign off on it?
Did you guys both sign the contract? Yeah, they both signed it.
Okay, so
the court awards temporary spousal maintenance and child support while maintaining the existing parenting schedule. Attention then shifts to unresolved household debts and obligations.
Right? How much is it a month?
$2 a month, but I also put a $500 payment down on it. Well, they kind of took it from me for all of the equipment.
Yeah, it's 82 a month, 1,100 total.
It was supposed to end March of 2028.
Oh.
Yeah.
It ends March of 2028.
oh wow.
Contract, yeah.
Okay, well that's going to need to be split. But Mr. Hawley, can you do some legwork and figure out if you can do something to get him out of that thing?
Sure. Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
Okay. All right. What else?
I think that's it. Just the start date. I'm requesting November 1st. That's when she filed this.
I'm not going to do that.
The client just gave the petitioner $600 this week, so I think that should go toward the child support.
Okay. Well,
Let's just start at January 1st.
Yeah, of course.
Good.
You know, unfortunately, Mr. Hawley, I'm sure you know this. Most of the time, pro se folks, they can file their divorces, but they give all the forms to do just about everything, but no temporary orders.
Yeah.
So no one ever does temporary orders because they don't even know what they are, and they don't have the forms for them.
Yeah.
So, every once in a while, someone will have talked to an attorney or something and kind of figured that out. But for the most part, they are not part of the forms that OJA provides. And I don't.
Discussion focuses on expensive security system contracts signed during the marriage. The judge directs both parties to share responsibility and explore termination options.
Know about legal aid, and so they're never filed in these pro se divorces.
All right. Judge, you want me to draft an order on this?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And then let me give you a final hearing date, and if you can't do a final hearing, then we'll use it as a pre-trial and get a trial date. So I'm sure you've told your client, Mr. Nguyen, that it's best for him to exercise all the time that he has. And then, of course, I want the parties to work together for any additional time. I mean, if one of them needs to work a weekend or something like that, once, we can have a full hearing on whatever you want. If you want imputed income, then we'll have to have a hearing. I'll have to see evidence she's in school, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not going to create any issues right now, but I'm thinking that we could do March the 3rd.
Concluding the hearing, the judge orders preparation of a formal order, encourages cooperative parenting, and schedules future proceedings to address remaining disputes.